Yo guys, what's going on? It's Dueling Unlocked here, and today we're going to go over the top free-to-play decks for July 2024 updated. So the first things to get of note is going to be that the pickup box is lasting until July 31st. So at the time of recording this is July 18th. So you still got about a little under 2 weeks to go into this box. So make sure you guys do this if you are going for the decks. I would highly recommend prioritizing the pickup box first because it is limited time and the mini box will still be here after this. So first things first, if you're going for either Fluffles or Sacred Beast, make sure you go into this box by July 31st. But without further ado, let's go and get into the decks. So here is one of the decks I was mentioning for our first deck. And we're going to consider free-to-play under 35,000 gems, because mini decks, that includes the staples and everything, so... Here you can see it's 26.5 thousand. You're going to be wanting to go through the new mini box twice for 2 Edge and Simps, and then 3 times for Fight for Patchwork, because this card is the best Fluffle card, and it could be used potentially in other fusion decks as well. So you're going to be needing a Dweller outside of the box. But the rest of this is all in the Fluffle box and the reprint, or the pickup box. So you can get this for 26.5 thousand gems. You can see they got Cog July 16th. Turn 1 ends on Whale plus Dweller plus Penguin plus Toy Bender plus Scythe and Chain in hand. 3 Poly, 3 Whale, and 3 Chain because you want to fusion Whale turn 1 and trigger Chain turn 1, 2, and 3. Third Whale rarely came up, and Sabertooth almost never came up. Those could be replaced with But I Don't Like Mary and Rafflesia looks mid, and the trap holes you play in the main deck add Brookie cards. So that is what they said. So yeah, here is a good Fluffle deck to try out if you guys are interested. Confirmed King of Games. So yeah, pickup box and the new mini box, and you can have this deck. You can also get Sacred Beast with the new mini box. You're going to be wanting at least 2 run-throughs for 2 opening the Spirit Gates. It would probably be a little bit better with 3, but 2 will definitely be able to be enough to get you King of Games. Once again, it's 28.5 thousand gems. 1 run-through for the UR, and then just the SRs as well. You can see Skullmeister is going to be used in a lot of these decks. This is a very good free-to-play hand trap that you can pick up with tickets. You can pick up in the card trader. It is really, really good. You're also going to be needing to go through the pickup box for 3 Dark Beckoning and 2 Chaos Summoning Beasts, because you do not want to miss those. And then the staple choices, of course, you could try Cosmic, you could try Dark Hole. Dark Hole is going to be in the pickup boxes as well, so that's going to be there as well. The Unchained Link 4 is, I've seen, it's getting a good amount of play in this deck as well, which is in the mini box as well, so it should be good for you. And then, yeah, you probably want to replace this with Link Karibo if you have it, with Playmaker level 35. So that is deck number 2. Deck number 3 is just going to be straight up Unchained from the new mini box. You're going to be wanting to go through it 3 times, potentially, for 3 red, 3 prison, and 2 blue. Here, the list is running just 3 red, 2 blue, and 1 Unchained. They're running the spell. Double Cyclone's an interesting one. It could be decent. Target 1 spell attack card your opponent controls, so you pop yourself, pop them. It's basically just like Storm as a quick play spell, so. And then the extra deck, 1 Unicorn and then 2 of each of the others, and 3 blue. Pretty free to play. I think this deck is really good. This is like borderline tier 1, in my opinion, tier 2, borderline tier 1. So keep that in mind. Now we're going to go to some cheaper options. You guys can see 21,000 gems, so that is very cheap, very cheap. Just the mini box is basically all you need, plus like maybe 1 or 2 staples here, and dream tickets, of course. 11.5 thousand gems. This is going to be in the deck build box here with the Lunalights. Deck build boxes are some of the best free-to-play options for you guys. As you guys can see here in the Lunelight box, it is so cheap to build these decks. It is highly recommended if they're like decent. This is like coggable decks, so not like super meta contending or meta-worthy contenders, but it's still definitely good enough to get you cog. You can see most of everything in here is going to be in the pickup box. One of the few cards that's not is the Raider's Knight and Arc Rebellion. These are both in the Scream of Resistance. I believe it's a mini box. So yeah, you can pick those up and get a new combo here as well. Lunelight is kind of a weird position right now since everyone's running Lancey, which is... I mean, people stopped running Lancey as much now, so it probably would be not the worst. That said, Lunelight's still slay and serve OTK realness, and I managed to not get 1 but 2 spicy win streaks during my climb, an 8 win streak from Legend 2 to 4, and a 10 from Legend 5 while in 2 cog. So yeah, Lunelight's still a pretty good option for free-to-play players. Next deck is going to be Evil Eye. A little bit more expensive, up to 25,000. You can see Skullmeister making a reappearance here. But this deck, we'll just go and read the notes. I decided to continue to play Evil Eye this season because it's one of the few decks I have in my Duel library at first. I attempted to reach Cog with my newly built Plants on Avalon's deck, but unfortunately, I wasn't successful with it. Switched back to Evil Eye and managed to climb to Legend 4. So I stick with it until I reach Cog. To optimize my Evil Eye deck this season, I removed the MST and other back row removal staples. I also trimmed down the engine cards like Medusa and an extra copy of, to create a slim 20-card build. In removing those cards, I added hand traps to the deck to back row staples, and the meta right now is very fast. And I just opted to play around the back row better over to commit to back row hate staples. Since I don't have effects Veiler Lancey yet, I opted to, on Skullmeister's substitute. Even though it seems as a bad choice of substitute, it's proven quite effective. The matches, yeah, Skullmeister is once again a very good free-to-play option. Yeah, and then the other skill, Link Dark Rays, is another skill potential for Evil Eye over the Synchro Storm Rays. Now, another deck. I think this one has fallen a little bit off. It's still good. This is a one mini box, or no, this is all in one mini box, but you've got to go through the mini box 3 times. I would recommend the new mini box over this one, of course. But you got 10 use. It's decent. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. You can definitely cog with it. They got top 16 in Grand Prix number 78, so pretty recent as well. Here is another one. It's gonna be Sun Avalon, which is interesting. It's about 35,000, a little under 35. Once again, Skullmeister is here. And then all the Sun Avalon stuff is, I believe, in another mini box. As you guys can see, like, one of the key things here is the best free-to-play decks are usually mini box decks, or they are decks that are like pickup box deck builds. Like, those are like the best because they're super easy to build, super cheap. This deck is like, I would consider high rogue, not on the tier list anymore, but it's still decent. Definitely can still cog for sure. Wouldn't be my top deck for free to play, but it is an option. And we have Blue Eyes as well. Blue Eyes, once again, you get your free structure deck for returning players or players that have been, are brand new. So that will help them out. They will get the 3 copies of Melody that they need, 3 Blue Eyes. They'll get a Dragon Spirit of White. You can pick up 2 with the structure deck, and with a different structure deck with the Dragon Spirit of White. Skullmeister is still going to be seeing play. You can get this through special campaign. So this deck is pretty free to play. The only thing that you're going to need is to go through Successor Soul with Tachyon Galaxy mini box to get those. And then you can have access to 1 Ultimate Fusion, but to get your second Ultimate Fusion, you will need to pay the $4 for the structure deck. So you can play this with 1 Ulti Fusion. I've pogged with 1 Ulti Fusion before. Blue Eyes is, used to be, I think it's fallen a little bit, but it's still really good. It's still really good. It's still tier list, on the tier list right now, so. A new one in the free-to-play list that you guys haven't seen in a while is Tachyon is back. Tachyon got a skill buff here. As you guys can see, it's almost as good as the original skill, not quite, but it is another mini box deck with just 3 Nebula, 3 Galactic Spiral, 1 Star Liege, which is interesting. They're choosing to run 1, but alright. 3 Skullmeisters, 2 Interstellars, 2 Cosmic, and you guys can see, let's see what they said. PTSD, oh goodness, yeah, PTSD from Tier 0. Trade-in is also from Tachyon on Galaxy. But yeah, this deck, the main thing you're going to need is the extra deck, which you could use with Dream Tickets, or you could go pull for them as well, and then just the mini box. Once again, under 30,000 gems, pretty good. Shiranui, here is another deck under 30,000. Even running Ghost Spell, which is a way more expensive hand trap than most. You probably could play like Skullmeister or something else. Oh no, wait, maybe you can't because you're locked into zombies. Some of that might be, I don't know if you get blocked or not. So that might be at least 10 zombie monsters. Yeah, okay, so you need to run zombies for your skill. So you have that going for you, but the deck is free to play. Looks like they're running a Beatrice variant. And Sheer is pretty good. They definitely can stall you out with the trap. Samsara is completely unlimited, which is kind of crazy. They have pop potential. They might struggle a bit with Unchained, but we'll see how they do in the meta. They're close to the tier listed borderline. Here is another deck that is free to play. Performage, another mini box deck, really, really good. A little bit under 35,000. The Hat Tricker you can pick up free to play, Damage Juggler, and Trick Clown. You could probably get away with 2 Trick Clown, but 3 of each doesn't hurt. Skullmeisters, Mind Control is probably going to be the hardest thing to do, or hardest thing to get with. You could use the Dream Tickets, or you could go through the Deep Emotion box. Triple Book of Moon, you could just run like whatever staples you got, TTH, and then Shadow and Prison Mirror. This is free to play. The main thing is going to be the extra deck and getting all your rank 4s and all this, but Performage is a really good deck. It is, I would say, with Unchained, is going to be like really close to each other. So yeah, that is going to be the top 10 free-to-play decks. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, peace.